council persons.
Who is this? Okay. Okay. Oh, Rosa, I saw him there. And Daisy's here. So let me see here.
Fine back here.
I'll come down here with the councilwoman.
So these are all
Good.
these who are in that room. Okay. All right. Let me start by saying good morning, everyone. Thank you all so very much for joining us today. This is the latest round of announcements and a formal introduction of some of our administration's newest appointees and leaders of what I like to call our evolving and growing team. Today, we will make some appointments, and some of them are reappointments. But I really do need to say this for the record. They're new appointments and then reappointments. If anyone is being reappointed to a Parker administration, it's like a new appointment, okay? Because we're doing things a little bit differently, and I just really wanted to be very clear about that. Before we proceed, I want to recognize some folks who are in the room. We have Councilwoman Ketsi Lozada. Give Ketsi Lozada. Super proud of you, ladies. Super proud of you. Councilwoman Jamie Gaultier from the 3rd District. My former colleague in the Pennsylvania House, Angel Cruz. He's here somewhere, wherever you are. District Council 33 leader from prisons, David Robinson. Someone told me you were here, wherever you are. My good friend, Roosevelt Poplar, new leader of the FOP, who's doing a new thing, Roosevelt Poplar. Thank you. And Daisy Cruz from SCIU. Where are you, Daisy? Hey, Daisy. 32? All right. Honor and a privilege. I want to tell you about the departments that we're going to announce today. The first is community empowerment and opportunity, Latino engagement, youth engagement, community and behavioral health. Essential right now. More appointments in our labor and employee relations, and a whole series of appointments and reappointments in our managing director's office. With these appointments today, we've gone over 6 appointments of cabinet members, department heads, and senior officials throughout this government. And as I've said consistently, and I know it's not always received as well because some people want us to get it done really, really quickly, but we're looking for the right people for the right positions at the right moment in time for what we want to get done. The best and the brightest to join the Parker administration with a laser focus on making Philadelphia, you all can help me if you like, the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with economic opportunity for all. Before I say more, I want to take a moment to thank the team of people who have been helping me throughout this process for everything that they've done throughout the transition period, and they continue to work with us. That's Beth Hare and John Salveson. They've led my talent search for recruitment. Where are they? Are they here? John and Beth, can you just wave your hand? Okay, all right. They've worked tirelessly to help us attract the best and the brightest talent to the administration, and I want you to know I thank you for your service. Last week, we introduced my first budget to the City Council of Philadelphia, a $6.29 billion budget that invests across 5 key pillars of the Parker administration, the first being public safety, clean and green, economic opportunity, housing, and education. And as you'll hear during this press conference, we're putting more high-level talent on the field to work on behalf of Philadelphia residents across those 5 pillars. So I'm going to start with the first one. Now, you know how I tell you all, everybody doesn't say yes the first time you ask, and some people say they have to think about it, and then when you tell them about how big not just the opportunity is, but quite frankly, the responsibility. He didn't shun from that, and that's our new Executive Director of Community Empowerment and Opportunity. You all know him because he most recently served as our Commissioner for Parks and Recreation. He's devoted his career to empowering Black and brown communities and spent over 2 decades as an administrator at Aspira. He's also worked as a Deputy Managing Director responsible for community services, which well prepares him for this new role in the Parker administration, directing all of our community empowerment and opportunity efforts. Providing access to economic opportunity, it's a critical pillar of everything we do, from helping residents access job training programs to encouraging them to apply to our first in the nation City College for Municipal Employment. Did y'all like that idea? That you can go to a place and learn, and then at the end of the education get plugged into an actual job. I am super proud, and I believe that he is exactly the right person to lead our Community Empowerment and Opportunity Office. With that being said, I'm proud to announce that Orlando Rendon has been appointed our new Executive Director of this office. Give him a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That was very nice. You made me blush. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good morning, distinguished city officials and fellow Philadelphians. I stand before you today with immense gratitude for the opportunity granted upon me by Mayor Parker to serve as the Executive Director for Community Empowerment and Opportunity, better known as CEO. It is an honor to embark on this journey, fueled by excitement and eagerness to contribute to the Parker administration's vision for our beloved city. As a native of an under-resourced neighborhood in North Philadelphia, I intimately understand the transformative power of opportunity. Your zip code should never define your destiny, and I've dedicated my career to breaking down barriers, empowering our communities. For over 2 decades in the nonprofit sector, I've championed economic justice and racial equity, guiding young minds toward brighter futures. My tenure as Deputy Commissioner and as Commissioner of Philadelphia Parks and Recreation, coupled with my role as Deputy Managing Director, has equipped me with the experience needed to drive impactful change. Yes. I firmly believe in being the thermostat, not the thermometer, setting the temperature for progress and inclusivity. From overseeing hundreds of dedicated employees to expanding and enriching programs citywide, I've worked tirelessly to uplift every neighborhood and will continue to do so in this new role with a fantastic and mission-driven team. Mayor Parker's vision for a Philadelphia of boundless opportunity resonates deeply with me. Together, we will dismantle systemic barriers and create a city where prosperity knows no bounds. My journey from the halls of Central High School to the corridors of Temple University and Eastern University has instilled in me a relentless drive to serve. I'm committed to leveraging every ounce of my experience and education to lead with integrity and compassion. In closing, I am profoundly humbled by the trust placed in me. With your support and collaboration, I am confident that we will build a Philadelphia that shines as a beacon of opportunity for all. Thank you.
Superior. Thank you so very much. Orlando, I am also super excited to announce that we have some additional guests who are here with us. Let me start with our council members. Council member Cindy Bass, where are you, Cindy Bass? Rue Landau and Jeff Young. I gotta get back on tour. We gotta go back on tour. Councilmember Young, IBEW, you know we have a very strong focus on workforce development in this administration, and it will not be done without our partners at IBEW Local 98. Mark Lynch and TJ LaPera are here. Mark and TJ, where are you? Thank you both. The Carpenters are here. Somebody said Carpenters. I just don't know who. If you're in the room, where's Carpenters? Where are you? Lockley is here. Who's here? Hey, all right, Carpenters are here. Thank you. And Kat says here. Is Robin Cooper here? Robin, where are you? Council member Jim Harity. Is Harity here? Give him a round of applause. Happy birthday! Is today's the birthday? His birthday. All right, after we do this, then I'll bring up, shine a light on him on my phone, and then we'll do the thing, okay? All right? But listen, Philadelphia, I am super excited. We were not expecting her here today. This is not a courtroom, and so that's where we are accustomed to seeing her in action. But I want you to give a super huge round of applause to a Philadelphia daughter who quite frankly overcame a whole lot of odds to become a Superior Court judge here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Judge Tamika Lane. And since she's here, she must have a deep connection to somebody being announced today, and I know that. Let me talk about our next appointment. He will serve as the Director of Latino Engagement, where he will be responsible for enhancing outreach in the Latino and Hispanic community and empowering residents to connect with every available opportunity and service. To members of the City Council who are present, having been a former district council person, if you want to hear something extremely frustrating for a council member, go out into a community and hear someone say that they need a program or support, and you know that you've already funded it, it's already in existence, but folks haven't been connected to the service. That is, in fact, what he will help us do. Our appointee is the proud son of Puerto Rican immigrants, and he has engaged with the Latinx community for over 2 decades. He's a well-respected figure in the Hispanic and Latino communities, and I am very proud to announce, and I want to say this publicly, one of the things I admire most about him, to those of you who are in the audience who are part of the Latino and Hispanic community, he recognizes his role as the nucleus. He needs to bring people together to unite around a vision. And Councilwoman Lozada, that's why I was super proud of him. I want you to give William Garcia, the Parker administration's new Director of Latino Engagement, a round of applause.
Good morning. Buenos días a todos. Ladies and gentlemen, I am profoundly honored and humbled to stand before you today as the newly appointed Director of Latino Engagement for the Mayor's Office of the City of Philadelphia. This moment represents not only a personal milestone for me, but also a tremendous opportunity to serve and uplift our vibrant Latino community. First and foremost, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to our alcaldesa, Sherelle Parker, for entrusting me with this pivotal role. I am fully committed to the responsibilities of this position with integrity, dedication, and deep sense of purpose. To my esteemed colleagues, my family, and all of La Comunidad Latina, I express a sincere appreciation for your support and collaboration. Together, we will work tirelessly to address the diverse needs and aspirations of our Latino residents, fostering inclusivity and promoting equitable opportunities for all. I stand here today mindful of the rich tapestry of culture and traditions and contributions that characterize Philadelphia's Latino community. We're not all just Puerto Rican and Dominicans. We are so much more. From the resilient spirit of our immigrant families to the entrepreneurial drive of our small business owners, our community exemplifies the strength that there is in diversity. As the Director of Latino Engagement, I pledge to be an advocate for the issues that matter the most for our community, whether it's advocating for fair housing, promoting access to quality education, championing economic empowerment initiatives, or ensuring safe, clean, and green neighborhoods. I'm committed to amplifying the voice of the Latino community and advancing policies that promote equity and justice for our Latino community. Safe, clean, and green neighborhoods are not just aspirations. These are fundamental rights for every Philadelphian. And I'm very happy that Mayor Cherelle Parker has remembered our Latino community. We will work collaboratively with local residents, community organizations, city agencies to implement initiatives and enhance public safety, improve access to essential services, and promote environmental sustainability. I recognize that the true progress is achieved only through collaboration and dialogue. Therefore, I am eager to engage with our community leaders, our organizations, our stakeholders to develop innovative strategies that address systemic barriers and promote positive change. In the words of Cesar Chavez, preservation of one's culture does not require contempt or disrespect for other cultures. So as Director of the Latino Engagement, I am committed to fostering an environment of unity, respect, and mutual understanding amongst all residents of our cities. In closing, I'm deeply inspired by the opportunity to serve as a bridge between the Latino community and the city administration. Together, let us embark on this journey with optimism, with determination, and shared vision for a more inclusive and prosperous Philadelphia. Thank you once again for the trust and support. Y decimos todo, sí se puede, para adelante Filadelfia.
Councilwoman Ketsi Lozada was over here interpreting for me so I can know what you're saying. Listen, for those of you who are in this audience who know me, you know this next part is extremely important to me. As a product of extremely humble beginnings, a person who didn't grow up in a family who was connected to government, so I didn't have a natural hookup because somebody knew somebody in my family. I'm here just beginning to make my way. And I think about when I first got here, that there were a series of women who I met for the very first time. They're sheroes to me, who helped to show me the way. You know my beloved mentor and boss lady, Marion Tasco. You all know the late Augusta Clark. You've heard me talk about Joan Krajewski, Ann Verna, Roxanne Jones. I learned a great deal watching those women. And now, I don't usually say this out loud, but for those of you who don't know me, I'm a people watcher. Even when you don't think I'm paying attention or you don't think I'm looking, even if I'm looking straight at you this way right now, I can see everything that's going on in this room. And last year during my campaign for mayor, I met a young woman who came to work for our campaign. And I wouldn't say anything to anybody, but every time I saw her, she was hard at work. She did not start as a paid employee. She came on as a volunteer. I met her through a brother for whom I have a great deal of respect by the name of Anton Moore. And Anton said, Cherelle, you're going to see yourself. You're going to see yourself. And when I saw her work, I think the first time I paid attention, we were at Broad and Erie in the subway station. So if you know, major transit hub buses are coming, stopping up top. Below, you're trying to get people coming to and fro. And I was trying to figure out how she was doing both at the same time. Like she had a rhythm. And then I watched a skill that not many people have with her. Sometimes you can tell the socioeconomic status of a person by the way people interact with them. If it's a person who is born or holds a position of a certain amount of stature, people sometimes tend to say, hello, how you doing, good morning, shake your hand. But I watch how people treat folks who is very obvious that they are experiencing some kind of challenges. She did that along the campaign. She's youthful and has all of the energy in the world. I'm putting her on Broad Street. She is going to be a lawyer. I don't care how mad she is. Pastor Herndon from Christian Compassion is here. Where's Christian Compassion? Okay. Pastor, I don't care if she gets mad. She's going to be a lawyer, right? During the pandemic, Shania served as a neighborhood advisory coordinator with the Office of Housing and Community Development in her neighborhood in South Philadelphia. She also founded a group called Reach for Peace. It's a nonviolence initiative that mentored at-risk youth through basketball programming. Was it the Sharks? For those of you who don't know, I'm an Oak Lane Wildcat, and so she and I were joshing each other because she introduced me to another young group, Little League, called the Sharks, and so we're going to have the Wildcats and the Sharks go at it. You know, we want the smoke, okay? I am pleased that she is our new director of youth engagement, and I'm telling you, I couldn't be prouder to have her on this team. She is a giant in her own right, and look out for more to come. Give a round of applause to Shania Bennett.
Good morning, everyone. Say good morning, everyone. Good morning. That's better. One of my mentors once said, I once was a kid that most people thought that I wouldn't succeed, and they had me thinking the same thing too. Y'all gonna have to give me a second because I never imagined myself here, getting this far in my life. I lost a lot of friends, whether that's to gun violence, perpetrators of gun violence. So this is big for me. First, I would like to thank God for surrounding me with the greatest village in the world. My father's here, my pastor's here, Pastor Ilana Herney. My friends, my cops, my friends that are cops are here. I love the cops. Oh my God, Judge Lane is here. She made it her business to come, and that means the world to me. So many people that I met on the campaign trail. CCP is here from when I was in student government, when I started college at 15, and I served as student government senator. And people just from my community are here, and I want you to know that I really appreciate you for being here and supporting me in every capacity to see me best prepared for the moment where my passion and my purpose have collided, and I'm eternally grateful. I'm ecstatic and honored to be given an opportunity to lead the Mayor's Office of Youth Engagement. Young people do not deserve to be burdened with quality of life issues, unsafe and unclean streets, and the lack of access to quality public education, resources, and youth employment opportunities. Our young people deserve to experience the joy of their youth. They deserve to experience Mayor Parker's vision of a safer, cleaner, greener Philadelphia with economic opportunity for all. I, the commissioners of the Philadelphia Youth Commission, and I'm proud to say that we're almost at a fully staffed commission for the first time in years. and members of the Millennial Advisory Committee will be instrumental in ensuring that Philadelphia's future is represented and included in what that looks like and what that will be. I want Philadelphia's young people to know that I work for them, and I am here, and that there's a place for them and their voice in City Hall and their respective neighborhoods. Here's to the Mayor's Office of Youth Engagement right here in Philadelphia, setting the bar for how to best engage young people in the nation. So I'm gonna need y'all to do this with me, all right? 1, 2, 3. We gotta say one Philly, all right? I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3. One Philly. Thank you.
Managing Director Teal just said y'all just saw the future mayor. I agree. I agree. I agree. Did Councilwoman Nina Ahmad arrive? Nina Ahmad, give Nina Ahmad a round of applause, please. Thank you. In light of the agenda that we've proffered for the city, and our laser-like focus on challenges that are facing our city, like homelessness, addiction, substance use disorder, mental and behavioral health challenges. Our next announcement is extremely important. I'm proud to publicly affirm that Donna Bailey will be our Chief Executive Officer of Community Behavioral Health. Give Donna a round of applause. Donna Bailey has been confirmed as the Chief Executive Officer of CBH, providing mental health and substance abuse services for Philadelphia County Medicaid recipients. This is a super huge, important role, Donna, and this is what happens when you've been around this place too long. I can remember when a lady by the name of Estelle Richmond was fighting for the creation of a behavioral health system to focus on mental health and substance abuse services, and some people told her that she was crazy for thinking that we could establish that here in the city, and now it is a model for the nation that Donna will run. Donna and CBH will play a key role in continuing to provide access to that high quality, accountable care to improve health and mental wellness for Philadelphians, as well as the administration's efforts to provide long-term care, treatment, and housing to unhoused people across the city of Philadelphia and in Kensington. She previously served, and this is important as well, because sometimes the diamonds are right in our midst. We just have to look for them and see them, the work that they've already done. She served CBH for 9 years, and before that was PHMC's Chief Integrated Health Services Officer, and she was leading their physical, behavioral health, and community engagement portfolios. In that role, she oversaw PHMC's health services, homeless and social services, behavioral health services, including inpatient, outpatient, and residential treatment programs for individuals with substance use and co-occurring disorders. In short, she's exactly the right person and woman we need to run the department at this crucial time, and we are proud to have her to join the Parker administration. Please give a round of applause for Donna Bailey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you all so much. I want to start off by saying I'm a lifelong Philadelphian, and I love our city, and I love CBH. As Mayor Parker said, this is my second tenure at CBH, and so I came back because I know there is so much important work for us to do, and I know we can do it together. So I want to first thank Mayor Parker, Managing Director Adam Thiel, Deputy Managing Director for Health and Human Services, Crystal Yates-Gale, and Commissioner Dr. Jill Bowen for their leadership and their support. It's an honor and a privilege to serve as part of this administration. I've spent my entire career anchored in human services and city government. And so I am thrilled to have the opportunity to lead CBH at this extraordinarily challenging time, but also a time of opportunity. We have in this room some of our systems partners that we do this work with. The Office of Homeless Services, the Office of Children, Youth, and Families, the Philadelphia Department of Human Services, the Philadelphia Health Department. We do this work together. CBH may be the payer, but we know that people need whole person care. So we work across systems, breaking down those silos and looking at people as whole individuals, whole families, and whole communities. So I know not only with our system partners, but our 200 behavioral health providers who do this work for us, we can meet Mayor Parker's challenge. Now, I will also say that I might be the leader of CBH, but I do the work through the team that we have. They are incredibly talented, dedicated people. I had the honor of serving as the interim CEO at CBH during the COVID pandemic. We didn't know what was going, what to do, how to keep the providers afloat. And I say that time in my career stands out as the proudest time in my career because we were a team, we met the challenge, we kept the network together, we kept access, critically important access in place for our members. I also want you all to know that there are 800,000 Philadelphians, 800,000. That's more than half our city's population that are eligible for Medicaid. So that's a significant portion of our friends, families, and neighbors. And it is incumbent upon all of us to figure this out. I know we can do it. And so with that, I want to thank this administration, everybody in this room. I'm so honored to serve with them, and we have a lot of work to do. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
The right woman for the right time. Before we get to more appointments of the new administration officials who are here with us today, I do want to single out and to acknowledge that our new Executive Director of the Office of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy, Valerie Gay, who unfortunately could not be with us today, but give her a huge round of applause, Val Gay. And make sure you call Councilmember Thomas. Call Councilmember Thomas and let him know Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy, we were on it. Val has already had a remarkable career in the arts. She's a performer, arranger, and composer who has performed at Carnegie Hall. She served as Chief Experience Officer and Deputy Director of Audience Engagement at the Barnes Foundation. Val is the CEO of a fashion and culture brand, Fuse Vox, focused on combining African and American aesthetics and design. She's truly a Renaissance woman, and we're delighted to have her lead our city's Office of Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy. As some folks heard me say when we were making the announcement regarding Marian Anderson Hall, I said that arts, culture, and music allows us to feel our human oneness. I don't care where you are, what continent you're on. There's something about the rhythm and the melody of music that brings us together. I'm proud that in our FY25 budget, we proposed nearly $70 million in investments in arts and culture over the next 5 years. We want to be clear that arts and culture matters to Philadelphia and its neighborhoods, and we can't think of a better person to lead that portion of our portfolio here in the administration other than Val Gay. She'll be with us soon, and I look forward to celebrating her appointment and strategizing together with her for the arts. So give her a huge, she's watching somewhere. Next up is a series of appointments in an area that's extremely important to me. I am also unapologetic and have been throughout my entire career of being a strong advocate and believer in the power and importance of organized labor. We're going to announce appointments in our labor and employee relations areas, and I want to name each of our appointments, and then I want to ask each of them to come up and say a few words. And if I chop up this name, y'all know you just say no and just say it the right way so I can say it the right way. Cara Laheny. Cara Lanny, the first Deputy Director of Employee and Labor Relations for the Department of Labor. I want you to know we've been scheming about how we were going to get you for about 3 weeks from the Law Department. And I'm really happy that she's here now with us as the first Deputy Director of Employee and Labor Relations within the Department of Labor. She served for 15 years as the Divisional Deputy City Solicitor in the Law Department's Labor and Employee Unit. Her new office involves employee and labor relations, which, among other things, investigates harassment and discrimination claims, and labor relations, which negotiates and administers collective bargaining agreements with our municipal labor unions. And you're going to hear from all of them in the order in which I am acknowledging them. The second is extremely important to me, and our Director of the Commission for Women, Kiwana McKinney, knows this well. The first time I met this person I'm going to announce as our Deputy Director of Labor Relations in our Department of Labor, she was fighting with me about District Council 47 on the front lines. I was chair of City Council's Committee on Labor and Civil Service, and she was coming to make the case for her members, but always respectful and standing sort of on business and facts. Her name is Pamela Robinson. She will serve as the new Deputy Director of the Office of Labor Relations within the Department of Labor. She will work on the negotiation and administration of collective bargaining agreements with the city's municipal labor unions, and that's a very important job. And I'm proud to welcome Pam to the Parker administration. She has a bachelor's degree in administration of justice and a master's in social services. The next person, oh gosh, I'm going to try to get this right, Rose Smith DeFrancesco. Did I say it right, Rose? Rose, nobody can see you over there. Come stand over here. Rose is going to be our Deputy Director of Employee Relations with our Department of Labor. Rose will work in employee relations. She is a lifelong resident of Philadelphia, a graduate of Temple University and Rutgers University School of Law. Her career with the city included working as an assistant district attorney before moving to the office of the Inspector General, where she investigated fraud, waste, and corruption. Most recently, she served as a program administrator of the Employee Relations Unit for the Department of Labor, overseeing sexual harassment and EEO investigations, and she looks forward to expanding her work, enforcing employee protections in her new role as the Deputy Director. Stay with me, a few more. Andre Bragg, Deputy Director for Labor Standards. Now, Andre brings over a decade of experience in wage compliance and workforce diversity in his new role as Deputy Director of Labor Standards. Now, Andre, I need to tell you this in advance. I've been fighting misclassification of employees as independent contractors for a long time, so I'm going to be paying very, very close attention to your work. Andre has a bachelor's degree in economics, and he'll leverage his expertise to help advance the Labor Standards Department's mission of ensuring, listen, that contractors on city and federally funded construction projects, that they comply with regulations. In addition to that, he's going to help us move the needle on improving workforce demographics. That's a huge, huge role. Happy you're with us, Andre. Next is Curtis Bronson. He's going to be the Chief of Staff in the Department of Labor. That means he's going to hold it all together for the entire department with our leadership. Curtis is going to serve underneath our new director of the department, Perry DiVirgilio. He is a native Philadelphian with a strong commitment to public service and community development. He graduated from Philadelphia Public Schools, pursued higher education at Temple and St. Joe's, where he obtained 3 degrees. He has almost a decade of experience in the Department of Labor Standards, and he was instrumental in ensuring fair wages for construction workers and promoting diversity within the industry. Let's welcome each of these public servants up one by one to say a few words. Kyra, Pam, Rose, Andre, and Curtis.
Thank you very much, Mayor Parker. And I'd also like to thank my family, my friends, and my colleagues who are here today, either in person or in spirit, because without their support, I wouldn't be standing here today. It is an honor to serve in your administration and to support you and Perry to implement your vision to support our city workforce and make the city an employer of choice. As the mayor mentioned, for the last 15 years, I served as a divisional deputy city solicitor in the law department's labor and employment unit, and I am very proud of that service, and I'm very proud of so many of my colleagues who are right over there. The unit's most visible role is to represent the city in employment and labor litigation, but it also plays an important role behind the scenes. We counsel city departments and managers on a variety of matters. Our goal is to prevent the fires that, as litigators, we are called upon to put out. And over the last several years, I work closely with the Office of Employee and Labor Relations, and they're sitting back there on the right, they do wonderful work. And I've been honored to serve and support them and hopefully to prevent some of those fires. But throughout my career, I've been continually impressed by the dedication of our employees, and never more so than in the past few difficult years. Having watched them provide crucial city services under unprecedented conditions, I know they don't get the credit they deserve. I am excited to support you, Mayor, as we work with our municipal union leaders to negotiate fair contracts, create incentives to bring back former employees, and treat our workforce with the respect it deserves. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm looking forward to it.
Good morning, everyone. I want to say that I am humbled and I'm honored by this opportunity to serve in this position as the Deputy Director of Labor Relations within the Parker administration. Mayor Parker, thank you for believing in what my experiences can bring to your administration. I look forward to working under my new leadership with Perry DiVirgilio. Hope I said your name right, Perry. I look forward to continuing to work with the labor unions. For those of you that don't know, I used to be the president of District Council 47, Local 2186, and I was also the vice president of District Council 47, representing all the supervisors in the city of Philadelphia. I want to thank DHS for making me the woman that I am today. If you can pretty much work at DHS, then you have the courage. Listen, you have the courage, the dedication, the integrity, and the dignity it takes to work anywhere within city government. I started at DHS in 2001 in investigations, and I started with doing some of the most difficult cases, the child deaths, sexual abuse, physical injuries, and things like that with children. Some of the things that are not so difficult to see and do. I've worked with the police department. I've worked with, well, of course, special victims, the medical examiner's office on some of these cases, and also the district attorney's office. To Vanessa Garrett-Harley, our Chief Deputy Director, Office of Children and Family Services, to Commissioner Kimberly Ali, to Deputy Commissioner Gary Z. Williams, who is here, and I also know that Vanessa Gary Harley, our Chief Deputy Director of Office Children and Family Services, is here. Kimberly Ali, I believe she's in a conference. Our Deputy Commissioner Sam Harrison, and our Chief of Staff Stephanie Ali, who is also here. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to pour into me and my abilities during my tenure at DHS. There are a lot of hard-working, bright folks within DHS who have come through the ranks, and I will never forget where I started. I want to thank my good sister in Christ who is here, Sarita Glenn. Her husband is the captain in the police department, who is always praying and believing God that he orders my steps. I want to thank my daughter, who I pray is as proud of me as I am of her. She is actually in college and she couldn't make it today. But I did talk to her this morning. To her father, my ex-husband, Martin, who was here and who is always supporting me and who always believes in me and some of the things that I say I want to do. He's always, pushing me to move on, and I think that is very important. And for all the other people that I may not have named specifically, but your prayers and support has gotten me here where I am today. And as Mayor Parker always says, and I always hear her say, I have not gotten here by myself. And last but certainly not least, to both of my parents, who I know they are smiling down in heaven, from heaven, just thanking God for the woman that I have become because of them. And for that, Mayor Parker, I want to thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Parker. I am honored and humbled to have this opportunity to be part of your administration. As a lifelong Philadelphian and the proud daughter of an Air Force veteran and Philadelphia police officer, I have always been drawn to public service. After a private sector career focused on operations management and employee and labor relations, I began my career with the city at the district attorney's office. There, I had the privilege of serving vulnerable and marginalized populations, working with social workers and behavioral health experts to provide opportunities and alternatives to the criminal justice system through diversion programs. I worked for the Office of the Inspector General, where I honed my investigation skills, uncovering fraud, waste, and corruption in city government. And for the last year and a half, I've led the EEO investigations as the program administrator at the Employee Relations Unit of the Department of Labor. My career has come full circle, and drawing upon all my previous experiences has made me ready for this moment to serve the city in a bigger role at the Department of Labor. I, like Mayor Parker, care deeply about the citizens of Philadelphia. And service to the citizenry and realizing Mayor Parker's vision for a safer, cleaner, greener Philadelphia with economic opportunity for all begins with a strong, empowered, and supported workforce. And that's why the work that we do. And that's why the work that we do at the ERU, enforcing employee protections, is so important. I'm very proud to work with everyone at the Department of Labor, and I look forward to being service to all of the city employees. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Parker, Ms. Harris, and the administration. I'm honored by the opportunity you have given me to support your mission and help implement your vision through the Department of Labor standards. With the grace of God and support of my family, I hope to exceed your expectations for this work. I have worked for the Department of Labor standards since 2012. During my tenure, I've become passionate about prevailing wages and workforce diversity. I've seen workers be short of money, and I've seen the demographics on construction projects incrementally shift towards representing the diversity that is reflected across Philadelphia. With the mayor's vision and my years of experience and knowledge of the law, I look forward to moving the city towards a more equitable and inclusive workforce, where all the workers are justly compensated for their time, and there are more minorities and women on these projects. To my family in the Department of Labor Standards, I know sometimes we go under the radar and feel a little overlooked, but that's not the case. In the last 10 years, we have been able to give millions back to some accidentally underpaid, some purposely cheated, and some workers just being taken advantage of. For that, the workers appreciate you, this administration appreciates you, and I definitely appreciate you. And lastly, to the newly appointed Deputy Mayor of Labor, Perry DiVirgilio. Over a decade ago, you interviewed an energetic, enthusiastic, slightly thinner young man. You have challenged me and helped mold me. I truly appreciate everything you have taught me and promise to follow in your footsteps to continue to grow and promote prevailing wages and diversity in the workforce of our beloved city.
Excuse me. Hello, all. I am a product of Philadelphia, born and raised in West Philly, and it's been a long road, and prior to reading what I'm about to read, 30 years ago, I wouldn't have been everyone's favorite person. And a new pastor from Ohio took over a church that a friend of mine was going to. And he said, we're going to start this together, because I was the first one to join when he got here. And I started the band, and I played the drums for 30 years. And I just told them 31 is it. And a few weeks ago, I stepped away from my passion there. But he saw a leader in me. He saw a better person in me. And he stuck with me through everything. He took me with him when he went out of town. And so I'm indebted to him for that, as Pastor Alan Waller. Director of Labor, Perry DiVirgilio, is oddly has turned into a father figure, because I didn't have the term mentor. I had a lot of things happen where I didn't continue education straight out of high school. And so father figure is all I had. Same with Pastor Waller. When I came in and he started showing me how helping people was rewarding, how rewarding it was to help people. And I became obsessed with it, to the point where he was like, Kurt, that's not even your job. And I'm like, no, we're going to help these people. But I am committed to doing the work of the city, making him proud. He is my mentor, and I am going to support him in every way I can. I'm deeply honored and humbled to accept the role of Chief of Staff for the Department of Labor. I want to express my sincere gratitude for this incredible opportunity. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to Mayor Parker for entrusting in me this appointment during her historic tenure as the first woman to lead the city of Philadelphia as mayor. I am truly excited to work alongside Mayor Parker and her administration in advancing her agenda, initiatives, and the vision for our beloved city. I believe in her leadership, and I am dedicated to contributing my best efforts to actualize her vision for a thriving and inclusive Philadelphia. I also want to express my gratitude to the Director of Labor, Perry DiVirgilio, for the opportunity to support him in driving an equitable, thriving, and compliant labor force in the city of Philadelphia. None of this would be possible without the unwavering support of my colleagues from Department of Labor Standards. I'm sorry, I lost my place. with whose collaboration and encouragement inspire me every day. Above all, I am profoundly grateful to my family, my children, my wife, Brittany, who has stood by my side through every challenge and triumph. My wife's unwavering belief in me, her tireless support, and her dedication to pushing me to be the best version of myself have been my greatest blessings. Together with the support of Mayor Parker, Director DiVirgilio, my colleagues, and my family, I am confident that we can accomplish great things for the city of Philadelphia. Thank you all for your trust and support and belief in me. Let's embark on this journey together and make our city proud. I'm sorry, there's a quote by Cornel West that I wanted to say. You can't lead the people if you don't love the people. And you can't save the people if you don't serve the people. I will use my degrees in organizational leadership and development and strategic human resources management to do the best I can for this department and the city. Thank you.
Now, y'all know I'm used to quotes from English teachers. You threw me, Curtis, just now, and I like that one. Good stuff. Listen, stay with us for a few more moments. We're now going to talk about a series of appointments and some reappointments as well in the managing director's office under our managing director, Adam Teal. But I want to ask these people to please come forward with me right now while I'm going through this. Tara, are you here? Tara, come stand. You all stand. She's here. Tara, just stand. You all start another line right there. Vanessa Garrett Harley, are you here, Vanessa? Come just stand up here. Crystal Yates Gale, up here. So if you come over this side, Crystal. Aubrey Powers. Is Aubrey here? Aubrey, come up, because we want people to know you. Mike Carroll. Mike, come on up front, Carroll. Dave Wilson, is Dave Wilson here? Come on, oh, he's up here, Dave Wilson. And I'm super proud of the next one. I've known him for a super long time, Brian Clinton. Let me start by saying that the managing director's office is the operations hub. It's the nerve center for much of what happens in city government. You all will remember when I stood before you, so super proud to announce that our former fire commissioner, Adam Teal, would become the managing director for the city of Philadelphia, leading our operations hub and all that happens as a part of that nerve of the city. It's vitally important to this administration so that the appointments that we are about to announce and reappointments, they matter to us. Tara, say the last name, Moore. Tara Moore, First Deputy Managing Director, new appointment. And Vanessa Garrett Harley, Chief Deputy Managing Director, Children and Families, reappointment. Crystal Yates Gale, Deputy Managing Director, Health and Human Services, a new appointment. Aubrey Powers, Deputy Managing Director for Community Services, a reappointment, removing interim titles on board. Mike Carroll, Deputy Managing Director, Transportation and Infrastructure, reappointment. Dave Wilson, Deputy Managing Director for General Services, and Brian Clinton, Chief of Staff, a new appointment. I want to say a special, give them all a huge round of applause. Yes. I want to thank each of you for your service to the city of Philadelphia. I am asking each of you to work with us to give more to our citizens to help make the city, you all know it, safer, cleaner, and greener with that access to economic opportunity for all. And we won't be able to do it without you. But don't move. If you move out, don't you move. Just stay right here just for a second. These are the two final announcements today. Kimberly Ali, the Commissioner for the Department of Human Services. Where's Kimberly? Kimberly? Oh, here she is. Oh, okay. And then we have Kelly Richards, the President and Director of the Free Library of Philadelphia, appointed by the board and affirmed by the mayor, Kelly Richards. Give Kelly Richards a round. Kelly, come on up, Kelly. I want to thank Commissioner Ali and President Richards for all of the work that they've already done serving our city and residents, respectively, at both DHS and the Free Library. Both are vitally important roles, and we thank them, and we're proud to announce them today. They've earned it. Finally, let me just say this, and this is extremely important. I've taken a few hits about this process that we've been going through, that when we're working on a series of appointments, why is it important for us to publicly affirm them, to allow you to hear from them, because this is not something that has been standard operating procedure in government, because I've been here since 1990. And this is not something that we've seen, especially for all of the departments that you've seen us announce. But what I know is important is that when you think about the work that each of the individuals we've announced since we were sworn in, it's important that you connect a name and a human person to the title and the body of work, because you get a chance to see them. And then when you hear from them, now for those you've had an opportunity to hear from, I want you to know that's a little selfish. I want you to know how bad they are. That's why I want you to hear them. No, I want you to know the people, the quality of the work they do, and I want you to hear them and know that they are well prepared for the work is that they do. Give everybody a huge round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now we want to say, we're ready for questions. Questions, any questions? Yes, ma'am. So one of the things that I learned as I crisscrossed this city for about 2 years on the ground is that Philadelphia is not a monolith. I loved it hearing the message that when people think about the Latino community in Philadelphia, the largest demographic of the Latino community is the Puerto Rican community. But the Latino community, the Hispanic community, the Latinx community, however you prefer to refer to it, it is so much bigger and broader and diverse than just that limit. And so between that community, along with the Muslim community and the growing populations here in the city of Philadelphia, they warrant someone, and this is what I've learned from being around government for a long, long time. If anybody could do it, but nobody's assigned to do it, it'll never get done, right? And so that's why we've been intentional about making sure that this very specific representation, that it matters. Now, I also want you to be real clear about this, and they know this, they've been told this when they went through their interview processes, that it won't be enough for them to do the work and the people of Philadelphia not know the work that was done. So I'm a data-driven, research-based person, so I want you to imagine something that we're just going to do a little differently in this administration. Imagine every engagement constituency given a formal accounting of the work that they have done on an annual basis to the people of Philadelphia so that you can know what was done with your tax dollars. This conversation started with our new director of the Commission for Women talking about how she would quantify. And we talked also with Will Mega about this, that it was important to measure that work. So you have the people there, but you also have to measure the body of work, and then you have to report it to the people. But we've been very, very intentional intentional about making sure that those very specific constituencies have representation. I hope I've answered. All right, thank you. Someone over here. Yes, ma'am. You know it, one, and this is me. I am, one of the things, I want to use this as an example. We are going to have a faith-based roundtable. We needed to get through the budget process, a business roundtable, faith-based roundtable, and then our intergovernmental roundtable, and then to be able to convene. We will measure the effectiveness of the office when any and everybody who is a part of that community from a leadership perspective, grassroots community-based organizations, if they feel plugged in, if they have access to services and supports and programs here in the city of Philadelphia, then we will know that that role, Liz Dow from Leadership Philadelphia, she will call these positions chief connectors, right? When you're a leader, you're a chief connector. Kiwana McKinney is the chief connector to the women's community here in the city of Philadelphia. Muslim affairs, Latino, all of these are chief connectors to those respective communities, and they have to feel a sense of connectedness, not just a statistic. Remember, crime is being reduced. We've seen the amount of violent crime reduced, but if you talk to Philadelphians, you've got to think about how they feel. So the stats are extremely important, but will those respective communities feel a connection in a substantive way to the city of Philadelphia? So we'll be able to measure it. Someone over here, one more? Did I see it? And again. Thank you. All right. Don't leave. They're going to try to move this back, but we've got to get a group photo, and then I think they're going to do rounds of photos. So usually when people have been standing up here, they run as quickly as they can out the room, but you can't run. Come up here so we can stand for a photo. Councilwoman, all council members, please join us. Come on, we all come.
Way too many. I'm in. You're here, baby. He's on here.